Okay, so we got to get some housekeeping rules out the way here, so that way we're all on the same page. Does everybody raise their left hand? Yeah, see, there's some difficult people. Later, I'm gonna ask you to do things. I gotta make sure we all understand the same language as me right off the jump. Okay, so a lot of you guys are here to start businesses, correct? That's your goal in life. I'm gonna do a couple things today. I want to give you a little context to who you're listening to, though, so you don't think I'm just somebody randomly sharing ideas that I thought of. So before I did anything like I do now, I was a mental health technician inside an inpatient facility. Does anybody here know what an inpatient facility is? Okay. Now, this is a hospital where you stay if you're going through either some difficult mental health issues, you've had a really tough family situation. So people go for all types of different reasons. Number one, in case any of you guys have been, they're not bad reasons, right? And mental health things are not something that you do when you have a problem. There's something that I believe everybody should maintain a certain level of intention on growing. And I want to give you guys some examples of why. So I come from a town that I believe has a population of 5,000 people. So on my way here, right, I'm breaking my neck looking at these buildings like a city boy. Have you guys watched Demon Slayer? I have any anime fans here? Now, you know, when Tanjiro pulls up in the city for the first time, he's freaking out. That's how I felt. And that's how I normally feel in these big city vibes. But the cool part is despite coming from a really small town, I didn't finish college by any means. I'm not saying you should be like me in that regard, okay, just to be clear. I don't have any type of like formal certification or let's say like cosign. I didn't go to a fancy school. My parents aren't rich. I don't have any of the excuses. Sometimes when we scroll on social media and we see people winning, we attribute to their success, okay? Despite that, I'm able to help and work with millionaires all the time. I'm here talking in this fancy thing to you guys, and that doesn't make sense if you look at my life a long time ago, okay? Now, I want to say this because I was also like the real life Troy Bolton, all right? Any of you guys seen High School Musical? I'm a little older, you know, I'm kind of dating myself here, but you know, so I played varsity sports. I played basketball, football. As you can tell, I'm giant for no reason. And I also was in band, in choir. I was first chair flute. I played euphonium. Okay, I like music and I like doing things the way I like doing them. And I'm gonna say a bunch of things that I think genuinely could help you. And I will let you know, other people pay me thousands of dollars just to hear what I'm gonna tell you for free. But if you don't remember anything, this is the most important. You have to run your race. This is a cool noise, okay? I am not like other people who do what I do. I don't wear a suit when I go to speak with business owners, regardless of how much money they make or I make. I work with people who make more than me because I'm going to be myself, despite working with business owners. This is a cool noise. I love it. Despite working with business owners all the time, I still watch anime, cuss, and have a bunch of tattoos, okay? So I just want to be clear. You don't have to be anything to get what you want. And if you don't remember anything else I said, please burn this into your brain. Exactly the ideas that you guys have right now. Everybody say the word Apple, but don't say it out loud. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That voice, I call it the Apple voice. I can't hear it, your parents can't hear it, your friends can't hear it. Nobody who was supposed to help you, nobody who hates you can hear it. You control it. Now, it can say some pretty wild stuff. I'll be the first one to raise my hand. Whose Apple voice has said some mean, out-of-pocket things to themselves? Come on now, we all have done it. Now look, there we go. And it's not when other people say things to us that we actually get hurt. It's when our Apple voice repeats what they said when no one else is around and we're staring in the mirror. Now, why does any of this have to do with business? I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but it's pretty hard to be a business owner, an entrepreneur. And there's a couple things when I say hard that a lot of people, no matter how much they try to prepare themselves, don't really get it. It's not hard in of what to do. So one of my favorite personal development mentors, a guy who probably single-handedly changed my life, his name is Jim Rohn. He said, things are simple, not easy. So when you guys hear, I don't know if you guys follow, like I'm one of those annoying people on Instagram, right? Like if you try to follow me after this, my ads will follow you all over the world. But Yeah, see, I know, but it's important work here we're doing. So the thing is when you do that though, you're gonna have simple outputs, right? A lot of times when I work with a business owner, it's a very simple fix. They say, hey, we don't have enough customers. I say, cool, what do you do to get customers? They say, hey, word of mouth. I say, well, that's not really marketing, so maybe we should try some other things. And then it's very simple instructions. I say, hey, post on social media. Now, how many of you guys think that you can make a lot of money just sending cold DMs to successful people? Show of hands. No one? How many of you ever tried to sell something because you saw a YouTube video and they told you that you could send 100 cold DMs a day and you'd be rich? No one? Okay. Well, I did. I've sent a lot, thousands and thousands of DMs, and all of them got ignored. Okay. But I will let you know right now, the only reason I'm standing here today is because I just chose to send a random DM to this airport a year ago. Okay, and I'm saying I got here to speak in front of you. We're gonna have a bunch of other opportunities. I'll be able to use this speaking engagement for YouTube, put it on and help with my business grow. And it started with a simple action that had no guarantee of a result. So the reason why I say business is hard is because your direct level of success is gonna be how well you can handle uncertainty and how well you can handle not being right and failing. So how many of you guys think successful people win more than they lose? Show of hands. You guys' hands are going up slower now. We're gonna have to stand up and do an energy break. We gotta do it, okay? They think successful people win more. But I'll let you know right now, after interviewing, I don't know, probably 300 entrepreneurs, many of which who make hundreds of thousands per month, I can tell you that people who win fail more than people who are failures. I'll say it again. People who win fail more than people who are failures. This is why. When somebody who society, quote unquote, deems them a failure, perceived like fails at something, let's just say my entire existence was based upon this speech going well. And I come out here and I start stumbling and saying things wrong and I don't remember what I was going to talk about anymore. And I freak out, right? And I fail. If I say to myself, I'm a failure, I use that Apple voice, I messed that up, I'll never be good at speaking. Did you see the way those kids weren't paying attention to me? I bet they were like, dang, Unc is fried. I don't even know what he's talking about, right? Like, I could do all this and I could say this in my head, right? And then even if that was the truth, even if none of you guys got value from this, if I quit, now I'm a failure, right? If I stop today, I never pick up a microphone, I never try to talk to people again, then maybe I'll be a failure. But on the flip side, if I go to 10 more of these things and I go talk to 100 more kids and I fail again, and I go talk to 100 more kids and I fail again, those ones throw tomatoes at me because they don't like me so much, right? It's bad. Okay, then I go another one and I fail again and it goes viral and everybody's like laughing. I'm a meme now about how bad I am at speaking. But if on the 6th try I go and do really well, I never know, and now I'm a speaker forever. So how many of you guys have messed something up before that now is really easy for you? All of you should raise your hand. Thank you. Let's see. That's what I like to see now. Because Jim Rohn, I'm going to quote him a whole bunch of times, but he also has a good quote that says, pray tell, how long would you let the average baby go trying to learn how to walk before you tell the baby, yeah, give it up. You know, we'll carry you around. Well, you don't worry about it. Walking's too difficult for you. It doesn't make sense. But when you guys are going to go do whatever business you come up with here, I can promise you, I don't care how good your plan is. I don't care how good your mentor is. I don't care how long you spend on research. I don't care how many times you re-edit the landing page, everything. It's going to not work the way you plan it multiple times. And if you have the perseverance to keep going until you figure out, you win. It's a very simple equation. The difficult part is constantly reminding yourself what's the purpose and what you're doing. And then the other part is having the correct timeline. So you guys' generation gets a bad rap. You know that, right? People like me talk bad about you guys frequently. Not me. Okay, never me. I'm your best friend, right? Just other people that look like me, okay, my age. They swear that you guys are impatient. How do you feel about that? You agree? Hands up if you agree. Keep it down if you think you don't have patience. Or you have patience. Sorry, it's a little confusing. Yeah, you agree. You're like, yeah, shut up. I'm trying to go home now. Quit talking. Look, no, I'm just kidding. But the thing is I teach, and what my entire program and my YouTube channel and everything that I do work with entrepreneurs about is about something called outcome obsession. Okay, I'm gonna say it again, outcome obsession. If you do things needing a result, you will burn out and the mental health issues, and then all of a sudden these simple things that you know how to do and you totally can do seem impossible. Perfect example. Let's say you have a big test coming up this week. And me, just like for this speech, I am horrible at taking notes and planning anything at all. Like I got 10 bullet points right here and I haven't gone according to them at all. So it's cooked. So when it came time to test, I would never study. It just doesn't work for me, right? Like I'd either feel like I know the situation, I know the answer, or I don't. No point in trying harder, right? Like I might as well do what I can do. Now I have friends, and my wife over there in the back, right? She's one of these people, not to put everybody's head out, right? When they have a test, they're gonna go, I need to get an A on this test. I need a 97% exactly so I can perfectly maintain my 3.999 average, whatever, we know what it is, okay? So here's what's gonna happen. The person is probably gonna spend all week studying, all night making all these long flashcards, stay up all night the night before the test, and go through the flashcards. And a couple things happen during that process. Number one, during the overthinking, because you have to get this A, you probably wasted a whole bunch of time, and now all the other things that you want to get done with your life are floating on your brain while you're trying to do it, right? So you're like, I spent 2 days making flashcards and no days doing my science homework. So now, even though I feel prepared for this English test, right, science is cooked. So one thing that's gonna happen is in the back of your head, you're worried, your focus is split. Second thing that's gonna happen is you didn't sleep the night before. So your brain there's no chance, I don't care how smart you are, if you're not sleeping, your brain's not working as good as it could, okay? You might be like, nah, bro, I'm a unit. I go off 3 hours all the time, still get an A. Okay, you get an A plus if you went to bed, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are smart, but you could be even smarter. And this is what people do when they're obsessed with having something go a certain way, okay? Now, who am I losing here? I'm trying to get it to a big point. Takes a little minute. Nobody? We're all locked in? Okay, honest, my boy, appreciate that. The truth is, when you care too much about when it happens, you quit too soon. Does that make sense? Have any of you guys beaten something that was really difficult and took a bunch of tries? Okay. Have you also, in the same whatever that is, done and beaten something that was actually easy? It wasn't difficult at all, right? Like I like to use sports and video games as a reference, but like a sport, how many of you guys play sports real quick? I'll switch depending. Okay, decent enough. All right, when you guys play a team who sucks and the whole bench gets in, everybody gets to score, you trying tricks on the field. Do you think you get better then? The only time you get better as a sports player is when you get absolutely crushed. Even better, when you give everything that you had, 160%, and it's still not enough. And it was close. 6 points, you came back, the team rallied. You maybe did everything and the whole team wasn't playing. And now you're sitting there in the locker room throwing water bottles and stuff because nobody wants to take this as seriously as you, right? That's when you actually get better, because then the memory sticks. One of my favorite expressions is like, people only change for 2 reasons, inspiration or desperation. You either need to see something so unbelievably inspiring that it pulls you, or you need to be so sick and fed up with where you're at right now that you have to get out no matter what. And so when you go against difficult things and when you fail, that's actually when you grow the most. So again, first thing I told you guys to never forget, be yourself. Do not change for anybody at any point in time, ever. I'm older, you won't listen, I understand, but I'm hoping that this gets stuck in your subconscious brain and it pops back up 5 years later when you need it. You are enough exactly how you are. You have enough value exactly how you are. There are people right now, all of you guys, that you would actually help and give a serious amount of value and I'm tired of saying the word value, but just good vibes to people just doing what you want to do. Now, here's the thing. Despite all this motivational talk, how many of you guys would have guessed that I tried to kill myself when I was 17? Oh yeah, this is when it switches. It gets serious. I'm not always this happy. And it's not something I have as a temperament. And in fact, all the people who you look in your life and you think they're happy and they're smiling and haha, that guy doesn't have nothing going on, probably has more. In fact, most of the people who joke around are trying to mask the pain that they have, and they want to feel happy, so they make jokes and listen to you laugh. It's serious. Now, how does somebody who wants to end their life over a silly relationship, that's right, I was down bad. It was a canon event, okay? First heartbreak. A lot of you guys might be right there right now, okay? You thought it was gonna be the one, and I was ready to end it all, I promise. It was over, right? And I was 17. 17. I'm 30 now. Do you guys know all of the best parts of my life happened after that event? Everything. I wouldn't be here around all these fancy cars, around all these bright children speaking. I didn't know that. When I wanted to run into the wall, I had no idea. But now I know something. Always, the key to where you want to go is in the place you never want to be. Y'all need to write that down up here, okay? Because this is a quotable, right? The key, there's so many times where I am in a season in my life and it seems like nothing's working and everything's going the way I don't want it to go. Why? I'm trying so hard. You guys are going to do this. You're going to try. You're going to go actually take action, and you will be doing the right thing. So many people I talk to, I say, hey, I'm trying so hard. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm making the post. I'm getting up. I'm reading. I'm meditating. I'm still sad. That's because the goal isn't to escape negativity. I can promise all of you young children right now, there is no level amount of money you can make. There's no place you can live. There's no person you can be with that will make you immune from negative, horrible, frustrating, want to punch through walls, annoying shit happening to you. I can promise you. It does not matter. In fact, most people hire me when they're making more money than they ever made in their life and they're depressed. Why? Because it's not special to an outcome. So the more time you guys spend convincing yourself, if I had the guy or the girl or the team captain or the business or the money or the parents that did this or I lived to it's not real. What you have is valuable. What you have been given is enough. There's somebody on this world. Look, I'm sure, 30% of you guys have not listened to anything. You're worried about trying to get back on the game. The other 20% was like, this was nice and motivating, but you go back to thinking about whatever the hell you were thinking about prior to me being here. Maybe another up salon of 30, where we at 80, right? They will be like, well, that was really good. And you guys are going to try harder and you'll probably get some more results based on one of these things. There's going to be another hot 10% that really likes this, is going to follow everything, maybe one day go to help other people and get some crazy results, send me a message forever later and be like, thank you so much for talking to us back then. But one of you, absolutely one of you, I don't know which one it is. I was supposed to go through every single bad thing in my life just to be right here in front of you today. I don't know who it is. But you're going to take what you hear and change. And Jim Rohn says change happens as an instant. You can't change your life in an instant, but you can change your direction. And if you change your direction and you continue to walk in that direction, it does not matter how many times you fall down, you usually end up where you want to go. Okay? So that's my main thing. I want to have a little time for you guys to ask questions. And I have this microphone, a fork here, so you guys can hear and we can hear your voice. So who wants to ask a question or has something to say? My boy. I pass it off to you first. So the thing here is, and let's let it rip. You have to talk loud though, because nobody else can hear.
What push? Does it work? Is it on?
Yeah, don't put that so close. That's hearing you like megaphone. It's okay. I just got to hear you. You're
good. Okay. What pulled you through that difficult time in your life?
The dark time?
Yes.
Yeah, Naruto Uzumaki. Look, I started this by saying be yourself, and I meant it. Right under this chest here is the full nine-tailed fox seal and a tattoo, just like Naruto, I'll let you know. And I say that as a joke, but I mean it, okay? I was 10 years old. I saw this yellow-haired boy say, hey, you're going to have to kill me or I'm going to be the Hokage, dog. That's it. Those are the choices. I'm going to die or do it. And every time I go through something bad, and this isn't right away, okay? I got to make this clear. You're still going to fail. You're going to forget. All these magical words, it's motivation. You will forget, and you'll be in the moment. The game is, I'll get you right now. The game is not to try to escape the feeling, but to quicker and quicker pull yourself out of it when you realize you're there. A couple ways to be better at realizing, that's where breathing techniques and meditation come in, because they build up the observer in you. So you're able to separate from this is my emotions versus this is me. Little example. I'm very sad right now. No, my name is Arius Williams. I'm 6'3" and light skin. I'm not sad. That's an emotion, right? I am feeling sad. It's a huge difference. When you say I am, you're identifying with something. That's who you are. And a lot of you guys go around saying I am depressed and are hoping that a medicine or show or a therapist will somehow fix your claiming identity with the feeling. It's not gonna work. So number one, you need something to pull you, bro. A goal, when you guys set goals, you should set goals that are so big that literally it will pull you out of bed in the morning. I heard Eric Thomas say that a long time ago, and I didn't really understand what he means, but now I'm living it, so I get it. You have to get to the point where what you're doing is so aligned with your purpose. It doesn't matter how hard it is. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You would have fun doing it. So easy way to describe. If you guys pick a business or career or life path in general, do something that you still have fun even when you're bad at it. That's a good measure of success. Do not do anything based off your perceived notion of how much money you can make from it. This is a terrible way to live. And it will, even if it's right, you will end up building a life you hate. And those are the most people who hire me, okay? I know people who, arguably that are happier making 10 to 15K a month doing what they want versus people I know make $300,000 every 30 days. They literally hate their life because the way they built it is not aligned with them, okay? So one, have goals that pull you, and they need to be authentic to you. That's going to help the pulling factor, right? So me, I just want to be able to play golf and watch anime and help people and get paid a lot of money to do that. This is my life goals. That's it. I got 3 kids. They're all geniuses. So I would like to be rich so I can let them do whatever they want in their life and not get held back or have to struggle like I did. Now, I also kind of want them to struggle because it's good, but that's my goals. So number one, have a big goal. Number two, have a motivating character, okay? It's hard to picture. How many of you guys ever heard of like law of attraction, manifesting, things of that nature, okay? I'm gonna say a non-woo-woo version so you can think it's like reality here, all right? If you already had it, if you guys were already living the life you wanted, how do you think you would feel? Using your imagination to answer that question speeds the process up. So if you're really down bad, I hate my life, everything's bad, this is horrible, why are we here? Somebody just hit the nuke button already, I don't know, right? If that's you, you can literally, right now, all of you guys, all right, who trusts me? I'm not gonna rob you, I promise. If you wanna see something cool, I want all you guys to close your eyes real quick. All right, right now, I would like you to picture whatever it is you've described as your dream life. Absolutely perfection to the T. And when I say picture it, I want you to use all 5 senses in your imagination. What does it sound like there? What does it smell like there? Who is there with you? Who is talking to you? Who's saying it? Now, I want you to picture somebody who you love that you would be excited to share this dream life with or to tell them that you did it. And I want you to picture that person saying, I'm so proud of you. I knew you could always do it. Now, what does that feel like? So many people just smiled ear to ear. You guys can open your eyes. That is free 99, and you can do that any day you want. And you can feel it in your chest. If any of you really played out, you can feel it in your chest. You feel better. Why? Nothing happened. We're still in the same room. You don't got the dream life, right? What's going on? Why are you believing now? It's because you put your imagination into it. So it's a very long answer to your one question. If you're really going through it, just do that. It's free, I promise you. That's what all of those manifesting books are trying to say. Just do that. Just use your imagination to feel like you're winning. Why? Because then you won't quit. Then you won't make silly choices and saying, oh, I must suck. I must not be good at this. I must never be able to do it. You can just reset and try again. And wouldn't you know it, if you do that enough times, you guys will probably be just as successful as me and anybody else I've coached. So that was a great question, bro. We'll pass it back that way. You can talk. You don't have to talk super loud just so I can hear you, but the mic can hear you good.
What inspired you to talk to us?
All right, I'm gonna have to come to you because I can't hear nothing.
What inspired you to talk to us?
What inspired me to talk to you guys? I just really don't know how to shut up, to be one. No, number one. No, I'm just kidding. But I think a long time ago when I got hired, so fun fact, when I got hired for that mental health facility, I had no idea what I was going to get hired for at all. You know, I was a server. What do you believe? It was 8 years ago. I worked at a Mexican restaurant serving chips and salsa. And I was just so tired of working at night. Like I was like sick of it. Like it was a Friday night, 6 o'clock one day. I go to serve some family their food. They're all happy, cheering. I was like, I said I wouldn't cuss as much. I was like, this is bullshit. I want to go with my family on Friday night to eat. It's stupid, but this is an example. So I get up, put on my best clothes I got, and I go to the mall because I heard on the radio that there's a job fair. And I'm glad you asked this is important. I go to the job fair, print off resumes. I'm like, I'm just trying to get a first shift job so I can work 6 a.m. to 2. That's all I care about. And when I go, I walk up to this table solely because it's blue. It's the only reason. I was like, I like the color blue. I'll see what it is. And then I'm reading on the signs like LPN, nurses, stuff like that. I'm like, oh, never mind. Sorry, dude. I'm just a light skin. I have no idea how to do any of that. I don't know, you know. And then the lady stops me. She's like, no, we have a premium on big dudes. We need you. So I walk into this job on accident, and it was the first time. I used to do this talk, and if you guys go on my YouTube, you'll be able to see this. I used to do this group there called the Fear Wall Talk. So when I thought my life was over, I spent 6 months in my mom's house after getting dropped out of college because I totally messed everything up in one single day. I made one bad decision, had a little too much fun, and then lost my financial aid, got a record, got kicked out of my apartment, and had to move back home and become a college dropout. I'm telling you, I got the story. I've been through it. And when I did that, I sat in my room for 6 months, and my life was so boring. Back then, social media did not show you people who you didn't follow's post, okay? So my life was so boring, I literally knew what absolutely everybody was doing, and my favorite part of the day was in the morning because I had been asleep for 3 hours, and so I missed things, and Twitter would reload with new information. You guys can't imagine this, you know, the constant stream of stuff, but like, that's bad. You know, it wasn't good. And one day I saw a video that said simply from Bob Proctor called The Secret on Netflix. And it just basically said, hey, if you believe that you can do it, you probably can. And for the first time in 6 months, I had hope. And I got up from that day, and that was 10 years ago. And I can tell you right now, if I could go back to the version of me in 2014 and go show me this video, if I could show the kid that's depressed, college dropout, used to want to kill himself not too many years before that, is very insecure, doesn't know what he's doing, has no greater purpose, show him a video of me talking to you today, then that kid, that version of me would say, you made it. And so what inspired me here is because I've been you guys. And I know what it's like to be in the struggle. And for me, when I was in the struggle, it took exposure to one motivating person, one idea that I could do it, and that was enough, mixed with 10 years of perseveration, mixed with a whole bunch of mistakes. I mean, I've opened businesses, failed it, had to fire, move home, file bankruptcy, everything bad that you can imagine. Not everything, that's a little dramatic. A lot of bad things. And now we still came out on the other side. So what inspires me is I just feel like there's somebody watching me that I don't know. And I got one more story because they didn't tell me how long I could talk, but I could talk forever. But I make YouTube videos and they don't all go viral. Now I got a little clout on TikTok and Instagram now, but there was a long point in time when I was building where they would get like 40 views on a YouTube video. And one day I get a message from a kid who says, hey, I'm from New Zealand, the country, which is on the other side of the world, okay? And he says, dude, your videos inspired me to create my first app, and it's now making 420 USD a month, and it's because of you, brother. And he said, you're a diamond in the gym, and I could follow a lot of people, but don't quit. This is a year into my coaching business, about a year ago. And so I was so excited. I took a screenshot. I made another video about it, said, dude, look, we got the subscriber from New Zealand. He's got all these results. How amazing. And then he stops commenting on my videos. And a couple months go by, I don't think anything of it, just like you guys shouldn't. So pro tip, if you guys ever become creators, for the love of God, just put the stuff out there and don't expect it to get a lot of views. That's not how it works. I have built 30K followers in 30 days before, and I promise you, it comes from just not caring and putting good things out consistently, not trying to crack the code every time. Anyway, side point. I get another message though on the video from his message, and it's from this kid's mom. And she says, hey, the message in this video is from my son, and he was really proud of this. I found it in our messages. But I wanted to let you know my son was 27 and passed away this Friday. And your videos are what he watched. I try not to get emotional about this, but the video had 40 views. It still has 45. And somebody on the other side of the world during their last days was watching it for peace and hope. You don't know who needs you to beat your own battles. You have no idea. You don't need to do anything else besides just try to get the life that you want, and somebody else will see that and be able to get theirs. Okay, I got any last question real quick? Okay, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys letting me talk for a minute. Thank you.